Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage lived a kind old woman and her husband. They were known in the village for their warmth and hospitality. The old woman loved to bake. Every day, the aroma of freshly baked bread and cookies filled the air. One day, she decided to make something special, a gingerbread man. She had never made one before and was excited to try.
She mixed flour, sugar, and spice with great care, ensuring the mixture was perfect. Then she added a pinch of ginger, the key ingredient that would give the cookie its unique flavor. She rolled the dough meticulously and cut out a gingerbread man shape, making sure every detail was just right. He had raisin eyes and a big, wide smile, decorated with icing and little candies.
The old woman carefully placed the gingerbread man in the oven, setting the timer and watching closely. Soon, the whole cottage smelled like sweet, warm gingerbread, filling every corner with its delightful scent. The old woman and her husband waited excitedly, their eyes gleaming with anticipation for the gingerbread man to be ready. Suddenly, the oven door swung open with a burst of light. The gingerbread man jumped out with a burst of energy, surprising the old couple.
"Don't eat me," he exclaimed, raising his tiny hands in a defensive position.
He cried, his eyes wide with fear and surprise. He ran out of the cottage and into the wide world, ready for an adventure beyond the cozy walls of the cottage. The old woman and her husband were shocked.
"Come back!"
They called, but he was too fast. The gingerbread man ran and ran. He ran through a vegetable garden. He didn't look back. As he ran, he sang a little song.
"Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man."
The old woman and her husband couldn't catch him. The gingerbread man was too clever and much too fast. He was free. The gingerbread man ran until he came to a farm. He had been running for a while, but he was still full of energy and determination. He saw a cow by the fence, chewing on some grass and looking quite content.
"Stop! You look delicious!" the cow exclaimed, its eyes widening with excitement.
Mooed the cow. The gingerbread man laughed, finding the cow's enthusiasm amusing.
"You can't catch me," he shouted back, his voice full of confidence.
He sang, his voice carrying through the air as he continued to run. He ran away as fast as he could, his little legs moving in a blur. The cow lumbered after him, its hooves thudding against the ground. Next, the gingerbread man met a horse, standing tall and majestic in the field.
"Stop! I want to eat you!" The horse neighed, its voice strong and determined.
Neighed the horse, its eyes fixed on the gingerbread man.
"You can't catch me," the gingerbread man taunted, his voice ringing with defiance.
Sang the gingerbread man again, his voice filled with joy and mischief. He sped up, his little gingerbread legs churning faster and faster. The horse galloped after the cow, both eager for a taste of the gingerbread man. They were determined, but the gingerbread man was quick and clever, always staying one step ahead. The gingerbread man was getting tired. He had outrun a cow and a horse, but his legs were getting sore. Just then, he came to a river. The gingerbread man didn't know how to swim. He looked back. The cow and the horse were getting closer. What could he do?
"Why are you in such a hurry, little gingerbread man?"
"The cow and the horse want to eat me, and now I can't cross the river."
The fox smiled.
"Don't worry, I can help you cross. Just jump on my tail and I'll swim across."
The gingerbread man was unsure, but the cow and horse were getting closer. He didn't have a choice. He carefully hopped onto the fox's tail. The fox waded into the water. He started swimming across the river, the gingerbread man holding on tight.
"We're almost there."
As they got closer to the other side, the fox said,
"I'm afraid you're too heavy for my tail. Jump onto my back."
The gingerbread man did as he was told. He hesitated for a moment, but the fox's seemingly kind eyes reassured him. As soon as he was within reach, the sly fox opened his mouth wide and gobbled him up. The cow and the horse watched in disbelief from the riverbank. They had lost their tasty treat. The fox, with a satisfied grin, disappeared into the forest, leaving the cow and horse to ponder what had just happened.
Back at the cozy cottage, the old woman and her husband were sad that the gingerbread man was gone. They had put so much love and effort into making him.
They decided to bake a whole batch of gingerbread cookies instead. This time, they made sure to keep a close eye on them.
They learned that day that not everyone who seems helpful can be trusted. Sometimes the most important ingredient in any recipe is a little bit of caution. They also realized that while they could always bake more cookies, they needed to be more careful about who they trusted with their creations. The lesson was bittersweet, but it made them wiser and more cautious in the future.